Hi and welcome to Toop TV, the second last edition for 2010. Now, for those of you that are out there looking at property still, and hopefully there's a few, there seems to be a few around, at Hyde Park we have a magnificent home as SA's finest. We also head down to Hindmarsh Island where the Women's and Children's charity home will be auctioned in February, and we're watching the progress of that, and what a great opportunity to support South Australian children but also to buy a brand new home. Also, we've got point 8 on the seller's 10-point checklist, so hopefully you'll really enjoy that. Now, we're live, we're interactive, so come on inside and let's get the show underway. Sandy from Women's and Children's Hospital, they are doing an incredible job, and all credit to all of the people involved down there. And, you know, as a community, you've got to support these guys because they're doing some wonderful work and raise a lot of money for our kids. So, fantastic. We'll look at that property later in the show. Now, also, we have our conveyancer, Chris Gill, on telling us all about finance and issues that you may find, things you need to know at the moment about buying a property in the finance. But right now, let's go to the inside story and have a little bit more to look at that Women's and Children's property down there at Hindmarsh Island.
Unlike many other properties, the value of this home can't just be measured by the amount it sells for at auction, as its sale will go a long way in helping out those most in need.
All the proceeds are going to the Women's and Children's Hospital to support the women and children of South Australia.
The idea to build a charity home came from the owner of System Built Homes, Neil Davis, and CEO of the Marina Hindmarsh Island, Andrew Chapman. With the assistance of other South Australian business people, they've created a truly unique property.
The thing about the home that is making it quite special is the fact that every supplier of Neil Davis's of System Built Homes has actually upgraded their product and given us the very best of the best. So we have the stone bench tops and with the glass splashbacks and the 2-pack kitchen, and even down to the very generous support of the landscapers, Wax Design, who designed it all for us, are an award-winning company of South Australia. And I think it's just been overwhelming that everything in the house is absolute top quality.
While this house is most importantly raising funds for the foundation, it's also raising a lot of interest in Hindmarsh Island.
The fact that Andrew from the Marina Hindmarsh Island is able to showcase his fantastic product down here, and as you can see when you drive around, it's absolutely stunning.
Stay tuned because later in the show we'll go behind the blinds and take a look through this award-winning home.
Great stuff, Sandy. Now, today's paper you would have seen on the headlines there with regards to the new iPad, well, the iPad app that they've released for news. We're very involved with that. If those of you that have been following the show would have seen how we've adapted our business to the iPad as well. So we're very excited about the iPads and all that it can do being pushed into the market by this massive News Corp vehicle. So stay tuned to that and make sure you do download our iToop. So you just go to the Apple Store, put in iToop and download it. It is free and it's a great way to look at property. Now, we're here to talk property. We've got the new team, the new lineup for next year, and this is the first. This is the first your scoop here today of the new team, and we've got Mandy Worth, our General Manager,
Hi,
Tim
Anthony.
Threadgold, or Threads as some would say, and Kerry Ackermans.
Glad to be here.
Our new team for next year.
The A-team.
The 18.
That's it. The Who's Anthony team.
Yeah, exactly right, exactly right. Guys, you'll be hosting through the year next year with me. I hope you enjoy it. It's good fun, and we've got a lot of really important stories that we're going to be putting through next year. So that's great. But right now, let's get stuck into what's happening with the market, and we'll start with rentals. So Kerry, tell me what is happening for those listening if they're a renter or they're a landlord. What's happening?
Well, as we get close to Christmas, Anthony, everyone wants everything done before Santa gets here. So the team are pedal to the metal. They are settling tenants into properties. They are renewing leases. It's a really, really busy time. But as we get closer to Christmas, opens do reduce in numbers because they're out buying their presents.
Yeah.
However, if you want to move, this is still the time to do it. The team's there ready to talk to you.
Now, Kerry, I've got a quick question of you. If you're Christmas Day and you're thinking, you know, the chat and all that, and which we'll go into also with sales, so be ready. What would happen on Christmas Day, middle of the afternoon, something's wrong with your property that you're renting from any landlord? Will you get a response? let's say the power went off, or let's say something happened, a fire.
So you're saying, Anthony, you're about to have Christmas lunch, sitting down, and the roof starts leaking. That's what
Exactly
you had in
right.
mind? Nothing worse to ruin a Christmas lunch. Well, the good thing is that they would call the office and it would go straight to an answering machine if a TOOP member didn't pick it up, and they would take their details and get onto it, just basically get into fixing it, because that's what they're trained to do.
Now, what would happen if they wanted to lease a property?
If they wanted to lease a property, same thing, they'd still call up, they'd get on to a leasing partner, and a leasing partner would talk to them through it when they're able to. Now, if they're about to tuck into their turkey, I can't promise it'd be straight away, but they would be calling them back because the team's working over Christmas.
They'd get grumpy, wouldn't they?
Perhaps just a little, yes.
But realistically, the point I'm trying to make is how much downtime is there in rentals if you're a tenant, or more the tenant than the landlord, but say a landlord, how much downtime is there in the industry?
In terms of
What
over that
days
Christmas
do they have
time.
off, or how do you get hold of people?
Look, it's Christmas. People would like their time off at Christmas, and they have it, but we have huge staff resources where we can make sure someone is there always to answer that phone call.
Great.
And they work it out between them. It's great.
Now, similar question, Mandy, in terms of sales. The scenario, Christmas lunch, always people seem to talk property, go on their iPad and look at iToop and get excited. They hit the button on the salesperson's number, which dials automatically on the iPhone, and will someone answer?
Anthony, someone will answer. Whether it's a sales partner,
Tim's
may
not
not be
sure about
Tim,
this.
he's having his Christmas dinner, but it certainly would be go to the answering service, all the details are captured and passed on to the sales partner, who would then action it as soon as they possibly can. It is Christmas Day. A lot of our team want to spend their time with the Christmas Day, but you know, we're pretty focused on servicing the client. I think it's all, you know, it will happen in a reasonable time.
Tell me if they want to put their home on the market, and Christmas Day they're talking property. Most people, when they're talking, they just want to do it straight away. They don't even remember it's Christmas Day. Can you put the property on the market during Christmas or through that period?
Yeah, sure. Look, we have the resources to accommodate anybody who wants to list over the Christmas and holiday break. Because we have a buddy system, you know, Tim could be on leave enjoying his time with his kids, but he's handed his phone.
Leave?
He is.
He is on leave.
Tim is on leave.
Just to clarify that.
Just to clarify. But, you know, he's going to hand over his details to his assistant who will take care of stuff while he's away. So we're there. If you want a list, ring us. We're there. We're waiting.
And is there much activity over Christmas, New Year?
I always think if somebody's out looking either to list or purchase over Christmas, they are really serious people. So if you're thinking now I'm a vendor and you know no one's going to look at my property, you could be wrong, because that's when they're serious.
Okay. Now, Tim, the property market, you've just come back and you've raced in here and just landed on that seat just before we went live. What happened with your auctions today? What's happening with the market?
Okay, well, I had 2 auctions today, and one for the public trustee, which very surprisingly didn't sell. But
Price
we've got
range?
some, in the 350, 380 price range.
Location?
Mitchell Park. But have a couple of people interested, and I guess following suit with a lot of what's happening at the moment. People are standing off a little bit, not getting involved the way we would like them to. The other one was in Rose Park, and that sold for 1.61. That was a good auction. A little unusual because we started with a vendor bid a little bit higher than where the bidders wanted to start, and so we did an about face and accommodated them and went back up to the right level
But you're
again.
such a nice guy.
Absolutely.
Exactly right. And so it ended up selling to a local interstate person?
Interstate chap who has been in the market probably for about 3 months, and he actually was on the end of the phone in Melbourne bidding.
But had registered?
bidding here. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Very quick snapshot of 2011 rentals. What's your prediction, Kerry?
Prediction of the market should still be good. People want to move. That's always going to be happening, and the team are really focused on making sure we're getting the right people into the right properties.
Rents up or down?
Rents down at the moment. They should go up.
They will go up, yeah. Shortage?
Yes,
Definitely.
definitely.
Yep. Tim?
2011, early 2011, I think there'll be plenty of activity early January. Grab the opportunity while you can, because I think there'll be probably more property coming to the market late January, early February, and that might slow things down a fraction.
Mandy?
I'm with Tim. I think it's the same. There's lots of good property out there now. Get it sold, buy, because there will be more coming on in the February time.
Very quickly, you know the Australian market.
Yeah.
Are we sitting pretty compared to the other states?
Yes, we are. I think at this moment, South Australia is still in a really good spot. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Now let's go behind the blinds.